I still remember the first time I saw and played the original Metal Slug arcade game. It wasn't in an arcade. It was actually in a Round Table Pizza that was inside of the Redlands Mall in California. This was the late 90s, like 96, 97 or so. And I was blown away. I was like, man, this is like Contra and crack. It was amazing. You know, it was kind of interesting, you know, walking past this Round Table Pizza. It was kind of a small place. And just, they had this one MVS machine, and they had Metal Slug on it, and I went in there and played it. I was like, this is freaking awesome. Didn't eat any pizza there. I hadn't been to Round Table Pizza actually eating there since I played, like, Little League Baseball many years before. But, hey, every once in a while, I'd stop in there and play Metal Slug. It was awesome. I didn't have a, you know, AES. It was freaking expensive, so I didn't have the game. So play it in the arcade every once in a while. Awesome. But now it's, 2024? We've had access to Metal Slug on numerous systems like Sega Saturn, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. It's been released all over the place. But now we actually have a port on the Dreamcast, of all places. And this is thanks to Ian Michael with his Dream Neo CD emulator. I think this is awesome. And this port of the game actually seems to be better than the original Neo Geo CD port. I think this is awesome. So with this port, there's actually two versions of it. And I'm going to showcase both of them so you can kind of get an idea of it. I do highly recommend, if you have a Dreamcast, like, check this thing out. You can, you know, burn it to disc, play it, you know, on disc, or if you have a ODE, like a Terra Onion mode or GDEMU, you could load it up that way. I'm playing it with the Terra Onion mode on my Dreamcast. I do have, you know, HDMI mod on my system and whatnot. Looks amazing. But with these ports, the two versions, there's an original version and then there's an arranged version, and it looks amazing. There's, like I said, there's some improvements here. So the original game for the Neo Geo CD, even, you know, the original arcade version, there's some, you know, some issues, I guess. But the original Neo Geo CD version, you know, I had a lot of slowdown. It was at 30 frames per second, it had frame skipping and stuff like that. With this new version, it's 60 frames per second, no frame skip, 0 frame skip. It's just stable throughout the entire game. And you have a full-on save system. And it's stable, no issues with that at all. You also can use the analog or D-pad for movement. He did a HD remake of the Neo Geo CD intro, which is kind of cool. You have a little menu in the beginning of the game that you can look at different things, like how to, the controls and all that kind of stuff. You have region menu by holding start, so you can have blood in the game if you want to change to the Japanese region, that kind of thing. So that's really cool. Now, with the original version of the game, like I said, there's two versions. You have original and then arranged. I'll have to, like, shut up for a moment when I play both of them, because otherwise you won't be able to really tell too much of the difference here, and I'll let you know when I'm doing that. But the original version, he added back the mission start and complete, like mission complete voices, and those were missing for whatever reason in the Neo Geo CD port, which makes no damn sense. Like, for the CD version of the game, why would the voice samples for those parts of the game be removed? But he added that back in for the original port, and it does have, like I said, those improvements, like the 60 frames per second, no frame skip, all that kind of stuff, and the saving for the original version. So you could download both the original or the arranged. So the arranged version, unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has that mission start and mission complete voices added in, but it does have the arranged music added into it, which sounds really good. So right now, I'll give you a sample of that. Right now, I'll play the original, some samples from the first stage, like the first few stages. Let's just see how that plays, and then I'll put up the arranged.
Mission 1, start! Heavy machine gun! Mission complete. Mission 2, start. Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Heavy machine gun. Thank you. Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Heavy machine gun. Come home to mommy. Don't see you in hell. Thank you. Rocket launcher.
So there you go. A little sample of both. I think this game is awesome being played on the Dreamcast. You know, big thanks to Ian Michael and plenty of the other people who worked on this along with him. I think this is awesome, keeping the Dreamcast alive and Neo Geo. You guys have followed my channel for a while, know how much I love the Dreamcast and Neo Geo. You know, Metal Slug and like Samurai Showdown, those were the games that really like drew me in to the Neo Geo, and having access to that kind of stuff. Sure, I mean, we could play these games on numerous devices, but being able to play them on even more devices and having, enhancements to them, I think is awesome. It's really cool to be able to, enjoy these games in new ways with improvements to them, enhanced music, saves, and all that kind of stuff. I think is really awesome. So yeah, if you want to check this out, I'll put links in the pinned comment for the DreamcastTalk.com, message boards and whatnot, where you can get all the information, stuff like that. Like I said, if you want, you can burn these 2 discs and play them on your original Dreamcast. If your Dreamcast can play burned discs, cool. Otherwise, if you have an ODE, you can play it that way. Like I said, I'm using the Terra Onion mode, but to work on GDEMU as well. I had no issues. It's in a .cdi format. I just simply made a folder, threw it on the Terra Onion mode, put the CDI file into that folder, and clicked on it. Loaded up the Dreamcast Terra Onion mode and started playing the game. Loads up real quick. Like there's no loading. That's one of the other improvements. Like there's really no loading. Like the Neo Geo CD, there's like a lot of freaking loading. So that's a big improvement here. The game just loads up pretty quick. Other than in the very beginning, there's a little bit of loading when you get to that first menu before the game starts. And then once the game starts, loading is pretty quick. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.